Dr. Martin Luther King is one of the most historical and important figures in American history, and the 2014 film Selma depicted just that.
Fast forward to 10 years later to today, the man that played the king in the film is giving a behind-the-scenes look like never before. Take a look at this.
This deal is done, and this is cash flow by the end of the month.
You're finally doing it?
It looks that way.
So the movie's called Selma, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been working on it again?
What, 7 years ago?
It's a lot.
In 2014, I was blessed with the opportunity in Selma to play the most influential civil rights leader of the 20th century, Dr. Martin Luther King.
I knew that it was destiny, and I wanted to be a part of that.
This had been a 7-year dream journey.
The looming cloud was always budget.
Selma was always going to be in the region of $20 million. That's a tough ask.
There weren't very many movies out there that were just about black people.
Everybody doesn't know. My mom would often talk about you are going to walk among kings.
So many people in this industry wait for permission to act, but that is not him and never has been him as long as I've known him.
This is the story of the most wonderful, horrible, turbulent, and terrific chapter of my life.
So this is documentary Becoming King on Paramount Plus. Here's the thing. I'm such a fan of this documentary.
Yeah.
Just recently watched it. What's so interesting is the guy that plays it, David Oluwo, I think is how you say it. He has such a spiritual connection to this role in this film, and you can tell his heart was really in it. And it's interesting because the film came out 10 years ago, as we've said, but his wife, Jessica, had this idea that she was like, I think we need to film your experience of kind of like putting this film together, playing this role of Dr. King, and we're going to create a documentary and release it years from now. And that's what they did. And it's so interesting.
So she's so like, it's almost like futuristic
yes,
self came into play.
So the thing is, him and his wife, David and his wife Jessica, are both very like spiritual, very faith-based people.
So she felt probably called to do that.
Yeah, so she felt called to do that. And that's what's
that.
crazy is David also said that one time when he was praying to God, he felt that he was called to play Dr. King in an upcoming film.
Wow.
Which is really
Not
wild.
knowing that it was like going to be the
No,
Selma
and
film.
you can tell like the spiritualness of his life is just kind of what's like guided him throughout. He, the documentary starts out with like kind of his early beginnings. So he grew up in Nigeria with mommy and dad and I think some siblings, and then eventually him and dad moved to UK. Kind of pursues like a theater career there. Excuse me. Did very well, so much so that in one of his roles he was kind of like acknowledged and honored by now King Charles like multiple times because they thought he did such a good job. And then eventually he moves to LA, pursues an acting career here in the States, and then eventually gets the big role of playing Dr. King in this film. But it is, I think it's a great piece on just like chasing your dream.
Right.
Kind of like following what you believe you're calling to be. But also having like the right support around you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for
Like
sure. His
he had
wife
that
is a huge pivotal moment in that.
He had that support of his wife and his kids and his parents, but he also like they kind of touch on this in the documentary, but he over time after he comes to LA kind of built close relations with both Oprah and then Lee Daniels. And Lee Daniels is like a very prolific black director and filmmaker. And they are the ones that kind of helped him kind of on this journey of figuring out how to best play Martin Luther King. And it is just so well done.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool to see like someone's, what I would, I guess, consider like a role of a lifetime or dream role, if you will. Like getting to see these behind the scenes look at their dream role.
I think it's also cool to watch somebody that didn't come from, I mean, maybe he didn't come from nothing, but someone that wasn't already maybe built into the industry because of a you know, a parent or you know, family member, and see that he got such a pivotal role like that. Just not out of nowhere, but it's, you know.
Very humble beginnings and work to what
coming
he
to
has.
what he is now. That's
absolutely.
I always appreciate those stories a lot more.
Yeah, and what was cool too about his like journey, if you will, is once he got to LA and met Lee Daniels, who is this filmmaker, the journey from Selma, from like the start of it, the early talks of it, to actually coming out was 7 years long. And in the meantime of that, in
Imagine
the interim,
the patience.
Right? That's a lot of patience, but a lot of trust, and I guess just like the universe, and that it's like this is what's supposed to be, and this is what you're going to do one day. But he played in a lot of other kind of like big films, like The Help and The Butler, and these kind of other big films that came out in like before like 2010, I guess. So Just a really cool guy. He's also on Paramount Plus's Lawman Bass Reeves, I think it's called. So check that out as well. But just a really, really good watch. It's only an hour, so it's not even that it's the same time as an episode these days.
That is
so really easy to get through. But Becoming King, Paramount Plus documentary, check it out.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
You
All
sure
right.